In this episode, do you think you could consume 20 gallons of liquid cheese in a year? Well, Matt and I do the math, and we're not sure.
And on the flip side, try not to freak out, but someone that you don't know is probably telling a story about you right now. We also take a deep dive into golf etiquette and the Easter Bunny versus Punxsutawney Phil in a steel cage match. Who you got? Mike, hit the music.
And welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Whether it's hot or cold, yes or no, in and out, up or down. If it's loose or tense, we're here to bring another episode. The status, the state of our union, the state of funny business is tense. It is very tense. Matt has already picked a side. He's already calling out shit that doesn't exist. And who knows, this may be the final episode for all we know. So, Matt, how are you? How are things?
What the hell did I say?
You said everything before we recorded.
I made a joke because hand up, I was unprepared right before we were at the start. So I said, hold up, I'm unprepared. And I made a joke. I asked Mike if he was finally ready. And then, just soft America. Oh, I can't take a joke.
And then your second offense was, we can't see you.
That was funny because I logged on and couldn't see you.
Yeah, and Matt with a very nice surprise of a bird. And no, not an actually bird that like flies around and is potentially a device for the government.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate that. I just want to throw it out there. I'm doing great. I'm having a great week so far. Hope you are too. The sun is kind of out, which is awesome. And Easter is upon us. Happy Good Friday.
Yeah. Good Friday, even though Jesus dies on Friday.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's really when you sent me that TikTok, I was like, damn, that really does put it in perspective. Like, what the hell? We are getting crumble cookie this week.
Oh, okay.
They have a sugar cookie with Cadbury eggs on it.
Interesting. Have you had this before?
No.
This is your first time?
Yes.
So you're going to lose your Cadbury egg crumble cookie virginity.
Oh, well, yes. I've had Cadbury eggs before. I've had crumble cookie before.
Right.
But it's literally just like a sugar cookie with like icing, and then they put like 3 Cadbury eggs on top.
You never had them together?
I haven't, no. My mouth might not be able to handle all the flavors.
Oh, well, that's what she said.
It's just going to be bursting everywhere.
Oh, God. I think it was Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dines. It was like... Dives, sorry. Somebody said like, oh, it's an explosion in my mouth. And I think it was part of a commercial. And of course they use that as a commercial hit. So
such an underrated show. It is so good.
It's a nice, like, you don't know what else to watch. And then there's Guy Fieri just all enthusiastic and just fantastic. I always wish there was like more, but then like an opportunity to have it like more local, like kind of get his feedback on like some of the like if it was just a show that was segmented by state, and then like it would literally be the Triple D show.
Yeah, I also think it's kind of funny, like when I watch these shows, like if he's in like, I don't know, I'll just throw a random city like Pittsburgh. Like, oh man, like I gotta remember that if I ever go to Pittsburgh. And then like 10 minutes later, could not tell you the name of the restaurant, what they made, and if I ever go to Pittsburgh, no chance I remember what I watched, but I will watch it all. It's a great Friday night show.
They really need a staple, or like maybe like put it on a billboard, say like as featured on Triple D with Guy Fieri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that should be part of the show. If you get featured on the show, he gifts you a billboard to like promote your business. Yeah, that's genius. But it should be like if it's a bar in Nashville, the billboard's in like Atlanta.
If it's in Nashville, the billboard's in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's
Why?
The kick. Just because to build more exposure, like because people travel to Nashville a lot, so like they travel from across the country. So here's that actually it's genius. Like if you have a Nashville restaurant,
packing up.
No, hear me out. Just let me cook.
I'll let you cook.
Let me cook. So if you have a Nashville restaurant, you're trying to grow your exposure. People from all across the country come from Nashville. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to just promote yourself in Nashville. I can't talk. You're going to promote yourself in like Philadelphia, Atlanta, LA, Boise, Idaho, Minneapolis, Austin, Texas, New Orleans, so that when people travel, they're like, oh yeah, I know that place. I gotta go find that.
Isn't that still defeating the purpose of your original intention of like, oh, I'm like watching the show, and like 20 minutes later, I completely forgot what the restaurant was.
Yeah, but it like doubles down on the fact that like it's like more promotion. I don't know.
This is why you work in fundraising.
Correct. Yeah. They don't pay me to talk. They pay me right.
Every fundraiser comes with a side of marketing, of course. So
I feel like there's an episode of The Office where Andy gives an idea, like a prep event they have, and then Jim goes, "What if we had even more pep, even more pizzazz?" And Michael's like, "I love it." And Andy's like, "What the hell?"
Every person who doesn't understand social media, why don't we just make it pop? Why don't we make it go viral? Kiss of death.
Yeah, let's just go viral, guys.
Let's just go viral. Yeah, can we make this go viral? Like,
everybody, please like and subscribe, and let's be the biggest podcast of the world by like this time 2 weeks from now.
Matt, what a good segue. Speaking of billboards, found a interesting story, not in Nashville, but Covington, Kentucky. Nashville is also in Tennessee, which I just realized. I was trying to figure out the two sides. Geography's still off, of course. Everybody remembers.
Yes. Yeah, Canada
Covington
is above New Mexico.
Yes. Covington, Kentucky features a billboard that contains an unidentified man known as the, quote, cheese guy, who, Matt, when you think about this, it's the cheese guy. I've already sent Matt the article of which we're discussing. It's by Tracy Schwartz. Matt, when you think of the cheese guy, what comes to mind when you get dubbed the blank guy? Like you're the burger guy.
The bacon man.
The bacon man. The bacon guy. What do you think? First thing that comes to mind.
So in regards to cheese, I'm thinking a guy that loves cheese, maybe a cheese expert, guy that consumes a lot of cheese. He knows different types of cheeses, knows the ins and outs of cheeses. You know, he knows what provolone smells like. He knows the feel of American cheese. You know, the viscosity of Velveeta, like things like that. Yeah.
So when going back to one of your points of like eats a lot of cheese, what is a lot to you?
That's a hard number to quantify. I'm gonna say maybe like cheese every meal. Like he has to have cheese every meal. That's his thing, even if it's like cereal. I don't know.
What do you think of 20 gallons of liquid cheese in a year?
20 gallons of just liquid cheese. Am I crazy? I don't think that's that much.
Think about a gallon of milk.
Yeah, there's 20 of those.
20 of them.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
So this is what this man is dubbed as the cheese guy. Reportedly consumes over 20 gallons of liquid cheese in a year. So the billboard shows a bearded, bespectacled, that's a word that Elmo doesn't know, man looking forlorn. Wow, man. double.
I did just see the word forlorn. I was like, what the hell is this article? This guy's trying too hard.
As he sticks his fork into what appears to be a tub of macaroni and cheese. A little side note here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to look up the word forlorn. Matt, thoughts on even just simply just a billboard of the cheese guy so far?
I love it. I mean, now obviously I need some details of did he put this up himself? However, this is just kind of like great brand awareness if like he's on social media, like at the cheese guy. That's genius.
It's genius. Forlorn is feeling sad and lonely, especially because of being left alone. Well, I mean, if you're left alone with macaroni and cheese, I don't really see the problem.
I wouldn't want to be left alone with much else.
No. Hold me, Matt. So, Matt, you asked how. What? You said I wouldn't want to be left with much else, and that was my quote of like, "Hold me, Matt." Like, what about me?
Yeah, cheese guy.
Cheese guy.
He does look very sad.
One of the questions is, Matt, you asked is, you wonder if this guy put it up himself, like the billboard put up the billboard. So, the brainchild behind this billboard is Northern Kentucky native Jonathan Pittman. What a very generic name.
Sounds like a guy that loves cheese, by the way.
Who took a picture of his friend eating mac and cheese and decided it would be funny to put him on a display. Up to 4 weeks, how much does this billboard cost, ballpark, for you?
Let's see. $7 6 times 12 times 9, carry the 5, $1,200.
Did you see that in the article?
No.
That's how much it costs.
Is it actually?
Yes.
No way. Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm a genius.
Yes, the billboard cost $1,200 and it will be up for 4 weeks. So a special report titled "Who is the Cheese Guy" by Cincinnati news station WCPO 9ABC explored the origins of the billboard, but did not confirm if the man actually consumes that much mac and cheese. Well, WCPO 9ABC, looks like you need to do a little bit more investigative journalism to find out if this guy drinks or eats 20 gallons of liquid cheese in a year.
But I would love to know, does he eat or drink it? That's a big question.
So Matt, of course, a wonderful sign like this made it to Reddit, our favorite place.
Yeah.
And it says that the user speculated on the reason behind the billboard, with some suggesting it could be a punishment for coming last in the fantasy football league or an opening day gimmick for the Cincinnati Reds.
If that's true, if this was like a fantasy football punishment, that is awesome.
Yep. So Matt, you dabbled in a little bit of sports professionally, not the person who plays, but the person who provides the place for the people who play sports.
Yes, correct.
Let's just say this is an opening day gimmick for the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
How would you go about putting together some promos for the Cincinnati Reds?
Using this?
Yeah.
You probably got to release like some form of like mac and cheese dish that you sell at the stadium. That's a must.
Okay.
Or maybe in like a suite, you have like an option for like a cheese fondue fountain
that you could dive in.
No, that like you get like you just wheel in like a cart, like cheese fondue or like a cheese fountain, and they give you like some bread that you can just like dip in. Or it's a side promotion where one lucky fan a game gets entered into a contest, and then at the last home game of the year, you like line them up, and there's a robot or like some sort of machine that has 20 gallons of liquid cheese in it, and you line them up, space them out, and that robot randomly decides to dump 20 gallons of liquid cheese on the fan, and that fan wins like $50,000.
You lost me there for a hot minute, but you pulled me.
I pulled you right back in. That's actually the genius one. That's how you do it.
So, Matt, the question is, do you believe this, quote, cheese guy consumes over 20 gallons of liquid cheese in a year?
I think I'm going to do some research.
Live on the pod.
Yeah, live on the pod. I don't think so. Because as much as I said 20 gallons doesn't seem like a lot, here's what's going on in my head. How much liquid cheese is used in like a box of Kraft? How much would you put in?
That is a great question, Matt. Like, now, mind you, when a box of Kraft, it is powdered cheese.
Okay, so I just did a quick Google search. I have how much cheese is in a box, and it suggested of Velveeta shells and cheese. So obviously Velveeta liquid gold.
Okay,
not an ad.
Okay,
looks like 12 ounces.
Okay, 12 liquid ounces or 12 ounces?
It just says 12 ounces.
Okay.
I don't know. So how many ounces are in a gallon?
There are 128 fluid ounces
in a gallon.
Yeah, in a gallon.
All right, so then
1 U.S. fluid ounce equals 1 U.S. liquid gallon.
Okay, all right, so 128 in a gallon. So that is 128 times 20, 2,560 ounces divided by 12. That means he would have to eat 213 servings of Velveeta. In a year to eat 20 gallons of liquid cheese.
So then, so then divide 230 something. What was the ending?
213.
213. Divide that by 52.
So he has to eat Velveeta a little more than 4 times a week.
Oh my gosh.
That's disgusting. Yeah, that's nasty. Mac and cheese is great.
I love it.
Top 5, arguably top 3 food. You cannot eat that much mac and cheese. Now, granted, you can eat cheese in other ways. Like, you'd probably have to put like 5 slices of cheese on a burger.
I love cheese, but not that much.
Or just like a lot of grilled cheeses.
I think you could probably like mix it up a little bit. Like one day you can have like a bacon grilled cheese, and then maybe like a buffalo chicken grilled cheese.
That's not a grilled cheese. Buffalo chicken grilled cheese is not a grilled cheese.
It's
no, we talked about this. Yes. Yeah. No, but I think you just have to get creative with how you use your cheese.
Use your old cheese.
Yeah, what's a food that you normally don't eat with cheese that you think you would?
Jalapenos.
So what are you gonna do? Wrap your jalapeno in a slice of like mozzarella, just take a bite out of it?
Like a jalapeno popper.
Guess what's in jalapeno poppers, Mike?
Cheese?
Cream cheese.
Okay, it's cheese.
Yes. What food do you not normally eat with cheese that you would want to?
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus.
Let's see here. Cheeses? Cheez-Its. Did you say Cheez-Its or Jesus? Jesus? Do you think bacon cheese with bacon? Like a bacon cheese? Like wrap the slap bacon with cheese? You think that'd be good?
I just got a question. You like bacon cheese fries?
I mean, that's fries.
Okay, but the bacon
like
and cheese still go together.
Bacon.
You like bacon cheeseburgers?
Yes.
You like bacon cheese fries?
Matt, you're missing the point. There's an extra variable in this.
Okay, let me throw something out there.
All right.
Ribs. I would put cheese on my ribs.
Okay. Like your body?
No, like the ribs, like barbecue.
Oh.
Maybe not. Yeah, barbecue cheese ribs.
Oh, okay. I thought you were being sexy and wanted to put cheese all over your body.
Well, we can talk about that later. But
afterpod.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about like obviously there's like pulled pork mac and cheese, but I mean like a slab of ribs with barbecue sauce, and you melt like some mozzarella. Now, what's a good cheese with ribs? Provolone.
Okay. I'm drawing a blank because I keep thinking of stuff. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, pizza. Well, pizza has cheese.
Mike just doesn't know what food has cheese until he says it out loud.
Kind of like a chicken. What about chicken parm? That has cheese. See, that's what I'm saying.
You just said chicken parmesan's in the name of the food.
Ooh, Brussels sprouts. Here we go.
All right, that doesn't sound too bad. Yeah.
Brussels sprouts with melted cheese. Maybe throw some bacon on it.
There we go. Speaking of Brussels sprouts, my mom the other night roasted.
Has this margarita machine?
That's straining from cursing. She made Brussels sprouts, so like roasted them in the oven, and then drizzled some hot honey on them. Fire.
I have a recipe for an air fryer Brussels sprouts with ranch seasoning.
I still need to try vegetables in the air fryer. Haven't done it yet.
It'll change your life.
I know. Brussels sprouts with cheese is a good one. What about like scallops? I feel like it had to be like a parm, like you broiled parm on top.
I'm like just thinking you slap like a slab of American,
like a slab of fake American cheese. All right, let's think of that. I'm not gonna say hot dog because you can put cheese on hot dogs.
Cheese dogs.
Cheese dogs are great. Chili cheese dogs, top tier. Oh, I have a thought. What about just like, now I understand you can have this with other things, but I'm thinking specific Thanksgiving, you throw the cheese on the turkey.
Yeah. Especially if somebody cooks it too dry or
Yeah, exactly. That's what the beauty of cheese.
I think we exhausted all of our cheeses.
Well, let me throw something else. And this doesn't have to be like, we can throw anything out there. What's something you just want to like dip into like a bucket of Velveeta?
I'm not a huge fan of Velveeta, but I'll follow the...
All right, what about like queso? Something you just want to dip queso in. Yeah. And it can be anything, like stuff with cheese in it already.
A burrito with cheese.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like how we just went burrito just because of queso.
Yeah.
You just went the Moe's. You're like, oh, I'd like to dip my Moe's burrito in their queso. Is what your thought process was.
I do it anyway.
What about like pigs in a blanket?
That would be good.
Yeah, actually throw back jalapeno poppers dipped in queso. That'd be fire.
I think it would be cool to have like kind of like chicken on like a barbecue, like a grill. Sorry, not barbecue, like grilled chicken. And then like dip it in queso. I know I'm still using burrito.
No. I'm just laughing because like the past like 5 minutes we're like, what do we want to eat with cheese?
Listen,
that's a good
cheese
one.
Brings people together. Let me tell you,
it does. Yeah, it's phenomenal. There's nothing better than cheese. What were we talking about?
Cheese. The guy, cheese guy, Billboard.
Cheese guy.
He has to eat cheese 4 times a week, but
yes.
I think to me this sounds a little stumped based on the math that we accomplished.
Did Reddit have any other theories?
Unfortunately, I was not referencing Reddit at the time. I was referencing the lovely Tracy Swartz who put the article up. But I think, I don't know, man. I think we stumped it to me.
So I have another question, a hypothetical I'll throw out there.
All right.
Do you think you would consume any food of 20 gallons in a year? Other than like water.
20 gallons. So, I mean, assuming it has to be a liquid form or just like 20.
Yeah,
20 pounds,
I guess.
20 gallons.
20 pounds. 20 gallons, I guess, in liquid.
Probably
water.
queso.
You think you consume 20 gallons of queso in a year?
Yeah. This is hypothetical. You said it's a hypothetical question, man. I got to give a hypothetical answer.
That. Okay. All right, but hold on. Hold on.
Hold
I said
up.
this
Your
thought.
sister was a witch.
We just said it's impossible to go through 20 gallons of cheese in a year. And you just said you could do queso, which is cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. What about like ranch?
Oh, yeah, ranch. I love ranch.
Because like you got salads, you got chicken, like wings,
pizza.
You like ranch? Do you dip your cheese pizza in ranch?
More so if it's buffalo chicken, but typically it turns into a blue cheese. Again, cheese. Blue cheese.
I'm talking blue cheese is gross. Ranch. Ranch would be a good one. I love ranch.
French fries.
Yeah, it's underrated.
Potato Lay's potato, those Ruffles like potato chips.
Oh yeah. When I was a kid, I don't know if I ever said this, I used to just eat tortilla chips and dip them in ranch. Like Tostitos, I'd take a bag of plain Tostitos and dip them in ranch and eat them. It was awesome.
Consider that pretty normal.
Yeah, okay. I always thought it was weird. I never really told many people that till right now.
To the millions listening at home.
All you on the multiverse.
So, well, we hope we find out an update, and we're going to make a false promise. If we find out if this was real or not, we will let you know.
We wanted to share something that has become essential to those days after a long, exhausting night. LiquidIV's hydration multiplier.
It's amazing how huge a difference it makes. LiquidIV helps us feel more energized and refreshed throughout the day. With one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and a 2 times faster hydration formula than plain water.
We both love the flavors. Yuzu pineapple and passion fruit are our top picks. They make staying hydrated a truly enjoyable experience.
What's even better is that LiquidIV is committed to giving back to communities in need worldwide by providing clean and abundant water. They've already donated over 39 servings in 50 plus countries around the world.
And we have a special treat if you want to try LiquidIV. Head over to liquidiv.com and use the code FUNNYBUSINESS at checkout to get a 20% discount on your entire purchase.
So shop better hydration today with promo code FUNNYBUSINESS. All one word, FUNNYBUSINESS at liquidiv.com at checkout.
Remember to stay hydrated and healthy and give LiquidIV a try. It's worth it. With that being said, we'll slide on in second half of the show with the little dude that's crazy. A segment that I am totally prepared for and have been since the start of the show. Mike, I'm going to go first, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
So you ever go to use a vending machine and
it's been a while,
and it doesn't take your dollar bill?
Like it zips back out.
Yeah, just keeps spitting out, and you keep trying to like de-wrinkle it. Doesn't work. What do you usually get at a vending machine?
Chips, soda.
So I have an easy tip. If your dollar bill won't go in,
flatten it out.
No, just run to your nearest microwave. Because microwaving your dollar bill, get the vending machine to accept it. Obviously, you're not going to put it in for like a minute. Just warm it up for a few seconds.
It's maybe the first time in the history of this segment that I might say, dude, that's stupid. Where the hell are you going to find a microwave?
That's not for me to decide. That's for the universe to decide.
Just practicality, you know?
Well, listen, just a little advice before we get to advice, because the show's not over. Maybe just before you leave work, that I just microwave your dollar bill for 2 seconds. You never know when you're going to need a vending machine. All right?
I don't carry singles.
I don't either.
You know what?
I don't have
I'm starting to be more impressed by vending machines now have like debit or credit card things.
Mm-hmm.
Like little tap to pays.
That's really, you know what started that was just like driving ranges. You could just pay the credit card to get the golf balls.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Lovely, Matt. Thank you for sharing your wonderful words of wisdom and craziness.
I'm always here.
Matt, what's your favorite number?
My favorite number is 8.
Really?
Yes.
My favorite number is 14. You know what's
Ooh.
crazy is that when someone says their favorite number, no one ever goes for numbers higher than 100.
Yeah, dude, that is crazy. That's a good point. Like, how come, like, if someone's favorite number is like 5. No one ever says like 5,555 because that's like 4 times of your favorite number.
Right.
Yeah. It's wild.
I know. Crazy.
Yeah, but also if you asked someone what their favorite number was and they said like 579, what's your first thought going to be? Like, how do you respond to that?
How?
Yeah, why? Like,
why?
Are you okay? Although probably someone's favorite number out there is probably 369, 69.
Or 420.
Yeah, 420. Yeah, that's a good one too. Or 80085.
Why is that?
Or is it 58008?
Are you trying to spell boobies upside down?
Yeah, on a calculator. Probably somebody out there is probably like that.
5130008.
Oh, I wasn't doing boobies. I was doing
You can't
boobs.
even.
I was just doing boobs.
That can't
No,
spell.
I was doing boobs, not boobies.
Oh, I said boobies.
Yeah, I meant boobs.
I am an intellect.
Okay. We're gonna move on. I don't know what's happening. I have another one about money.
Money.
Yes. Yeah, Mr. Krabs loves money.
Dollar,
you know who else really loves money is McDonald's.
Okay.
And a crazy stat about McDonald's, and this is a stat that's like a lot of companies and people have too much money. McDonald's makes about $75 million a day.
A day. Wow. Dude, that is fucking crazy. I had an opportunity to watch The Founder on Amazon Prime.
How was it?
It was decent. Like, I never realized that. So there was a brother duo who started McDonald's.
Yes.
But then, oh God, I forgot his name. Michael Keaton plays him, actually. The person who...
I believe his name's Ronald?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Roy... No.
Roy G. Biff.
All right, Matt. Ray Kroc.
Oh, yes. No, that actually is... Yes.
Yeah. So Ray kind of got into a partnership with the McDonald brothers. And what Ray was able to do is Ray was responsible for franchising McDonald's, but it all involved money too, which is kind of awful. But the matter of fact that he was able to franchise, but he was able to make money based on the properties that he bought, because he bought the properties of where the McDonald's locations were going, but then the people who were franchising were responsible for paying basically the land to be the franchisee of it. And that's literally became a millionaire and a billionaire, actually, the value of it, and basically drove the brothers to the ground as far as not being existent anymore in the world of McDonald's. So not even I don't want to say the founders. So Maurice and Richard McDonald were the first to open the restaurant McDonald's. But Ray Kroc was the individual who basically took everything by storm with it. So
yeah, probably one of maybe the smartest man in like the food industry, at least fast food industry. Super Size Me is also a great documentary.
We watched that in health class.
We watched it like every week in high school. It's great.
Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Okay, Matt, this is a funny one, a silly one. And it may happen to us being podcasters.
Oh, okay. I'm listening.
Yeah. So there is a good chance that someone you don't know has told a story about you.
Ooh, yeah. I like that. Dude, that is crazy. Yeah. 100%. I would probably put it at 100% that it's happened because of this podcast.
Remember, did you guys see that guy on the podcast that said he'd rather raw dog a fry? Like,
yeah, that's a good clip. So many good clips.
Mm-hmm.
The one of the kid that took that photo of me wearing the bacon suit. Technically, I don't know that family, but maybe like if they told like their cousins and their cousins told someone else, I was like, look at this photo. They don't know me.
Could you imagine it somehow? And we're speaking on Matt's referring to one of two of the viral clips on our Instagram at Funny Business Pod.
Nice.
Could you imagine that clip somehow got to that family?
Yeah.
That's like
I would hope they would have like commented though.
Well, like but the good news is there wasn't any like of their family being involved in the picture. Like it was just the story of the kid taking the photo and all that. So
that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
This kid just
took
an awesome photo.
Royalties. We want royalties from the money that you made on social media. And it's like, lady, we make money on the podcast, not the Instagram.
yeah. Right in the investments. All right, that was Dude That's Crazy. And now we'll finish off the show. Some buy or sell. Mike, why don't you go first?
All right. Start with my sell. I'm selling people who don't take into account being accessible on social media.
Okay.
It is 2024, and I think people should be accessible on social media. So what I mean is adding closed captioning to their videos that they create, adding alternative text, making sure that when they create graphics that it is of contrast between the text that they put and the background of the color that they put on. Other stuff, including, not being obnoxious with emojis in your copy. Also using camel case or Pascal case for your hashtags. So putting a capital letter. So let's just say we use hashtag funny business. The F and the B would be capitalized because a screen reader would read that as one word if the B in business was not capitalized.
Right. Makes sense.
So I personally think it should not be a thing to do. It's a thing that you need to do. It's not a thing you should do. It's a thing you need to do.
So you're just talking like brands and like companies? You're talking like everybody?
For the world, everybody.
Okay. Because
we are the world. We are the children.
Yes.
We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start living.
What do you say to like the average person that maybe goes to make a video? And I'm not just talking like a Snapchat video, just like a video that they just like post on their channel. They have no idea how to like put captions on a video. Because I have no idea how to put captions on a video.
What platform are you using?
All of them. Let me give you 3. Let me give you Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Instagram has the option for you to do captions, whether that is an Instagram story or an Instagram post. You're able to edit captions from there. Twitter, so the way that you kind of can work around that, Twitter doesn't give you automatic captioning, but Facebook, when you upload a video within the business suite, it'll give you automatic captions that you can review. And then you could download the SRT file from that Facebook video and then upload the SRT file, which is basically the caption file, to Twitter.
What if they just post right on their app?
They need to
I'm
do
just
better.
asking questions. I don't know.
No, that's okay.
The regular person's not going to use like business to like post the video.
But like everybody has access to CapCut. Everybody has access to downloading their Instagram story because many occasions they'll use something that was like their Instagram post and they'll post it to Facebook. And most cases they'll use and even TikTok. Like TikTok has those captions all the time that you see. But I think more as a business, like businesses should start doing that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. If you're a business, you definitely have to.
I am also buying golf simulators.
Oh, okay.
So this past weekend, Jenna's dad and Jenna's brother-in-law, Mark, and I, the 3 of us were on a 2-hour bender for being at a golf simulator.
Love that.
So my pitching was great. My irons were doing well. Driver could use a little work. My woods sucked. Matt, I somehow got a ball lost in a golf simulator. I have no idea how I did it, but I did it.
What do you mean you had a ball lost? Like it?
So we had to use our own balls.
Okay.
And I somehow got my ball lost in a golf simulator.
Was it like a place you went to?
Yeah, it was a place we went to.
So where'd the ball go?
Somehow I went behind the screen, it went behind the curtains, whatever the hell. It got lost. And I was like, well, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I lost the ball in a golf simulator.
That's a hell of a story. Well, I have a question. What the hell kind of place makes you use your own balls at a golf simulator?
Honestly, man, the 2 hours that we were there is the same price as the 1 hour that we went to the facility.
All right, okay, never mind. I take back everything I just said. That is totally worth it.
Yeah, of course it is.
Scratch that from the record. Is it like the same style and setup, or?
To the tech, it's low tech. Like the technology is present. It's low tech. I think being able to hit golf balls at a screen and kind of play at a course, but like you're kind of still using, you're still swinging. Like that's kind of the nice thing. Like you're still swinging, still getting some practice in, even though it was like pouring rain that Saturday that we were there. I think it's just a good opportunity. And I know I'm getting old because I was listening to a podcast today that said, you are getting old if you like golf. I'm like, oh shit.
That's not true. Golf is for all ages of all people.
They also had many like, you own an air fryer. I'm like, air fryer's good for like college kids.
Air fryers are amazing. Air fryer is maybe like a top 20 invention of the past like 10 years. I don't know when were air fryers invented. You can continue.
No, and that's all I have.
Oh, okay. I actually do want to find this out. When were air fryers invented? Take your guess. When do you think air fryers were invented?
I'm gonna say the 60s.
2005.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Fred van der Weege, an inventor in the Netherlands, was just looking for a way to crisp a French fry without deep frying it when he started developing the air fryer in 2005.
All
That's
right.
crazy. And
There you
then
go.
the first one was really introduced in 2010. Wow.
All right.
Well, you know. All right. I have a decent list. I am buying golf etiquette.
Okay.
So I went to the driving range on Sunday. It was a little muddy, but it was good. Went to a new range. I liked it. It's pretty close to the house. It was me. I got there, and it wasn't a big driving range. There's maybe about for like 8, 9 guys.
Not bad.
8 or 9 people, maybe 10. So it's me and another older guy, and he's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. And the truck pulls up, and another golfer comes out. He goes off to the side, gets his balls, and he's just kind of sitting on the bench. And he's just like putting his shoes on slowly. And I'm almost done with my bucket of balls, and there's a real annoying dog barking in the background. Like, it didn't happen really until this guy showed up. He brought his dog to the driving range, has his dog in the car, windows were cracked, but the dog is just barking like crazy at the driving range. It is absolutely ridiculous and not needed. There's a time and a place to bring your pets and animals places. The driving range and the golf course is not that type of place.
Sounds like someone was just finding an excuse to give up their quality of their swing.
I hate when people say that also.
Yeah.
Like I've been seeing videos of people at the PGA Tour like yelling right during the backswing of a golfer, and then they're like, "Oh, the golfer's just being soft because he had a bad shot." There's a difference if it's like a constant noise the whole time, but when you're like in your backswing and you're about to try to make impact with the ball and there's a loud noise, guess what? You're going to jump if it just comes out of nowhere. So like guys will comment on videos and be like, "I listen to music all the time when we play golf." That's different, dude. That's
constant.
way different. Yeah, that's constant. It's something you can enjoy. Random sudden noises, not okay.
As I'm learning golf, definitely a rookie in the sense, I'm learning that you're pretty stiff when it comes to like your stance. Like, yeah, you're fluid in your motion, but like when it comes to it, like you're definitely very firm and very stone structured compared to like swinging a baseball bat. So that's definitely been a huge learning curve for me. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, do I laugh at those people that are yelling with the swing and then they mess up? Yes, hand up, guilty as charged. But I get why. I would never do that myself.
Correct. Yes, we disavow yelling during someone's backswing. I'm also going to buy normal bills.
Normal.
I have an update from a story a while ago. Our water bill is finally normal again.
There we go.
Yes. So if you are a newer listener or don't remember, our toilet was running for a little while and we didn't quite realize it. Like people kept saying, "How'd you not realize it?" I wasn't ever until I was right next to the toilet and heard it. We kept hearing it from the living room. It was like, "Oh, it's just the people upstairs toilet or like water running." So it went very high, got it fixed, and it is now the lowest we've ever had. So that's kind of
nice.
Cool. And then my sell, I am selling water.
Buying water bills? Selling water.
I'm selling drinking water because Lent is officially over, and coming this weekend, I can finally crack open a beer and a glass of wine. We're getting our baskets blessed for like our Easter meal. Absolutely throwing a bottle of wine in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There you go.
What do you think the first sip of alcohol I should have is? Because let's throw this into perspective. We're going to my family's house on Saturday, and it was some aunts, uncles, and cousins. I did dry January and then haven't drank since like Valentine's Day. So my tolerance is probably very low. So I don't want to get wasted. So what's my strategy? I'm thinking just like a glass of wine to start.
You have to be careful you don't binge it. Kind of like in survival, it's really odd when someone is like surviving and like they haven't had water. It's actually, I've seen this in like survival shows, and like you get like this big pouch of water. Like you actually should sip your way through that water instead of chugging it, because your body will reject it completely because it is an overload of that. And it's, you don't want to binge drink, but Matt, I know your parents' house, based on last week's conversation about the little early celebration on Friday of celebrating the weekend that's occurred.
Yes.
Yes. Matt, you're not safe. Let me just gonna put that out there. Like there's no limitations to that, but
I have to drive home. This is my
your parents' house. I'll be like, Matt, you can stay.
I could, however, I do have to drive home. And all this is just very funny because the whole time we're gonna be at my parents' house and we're all just gonna be sitting at the bar downstairs. So could be worse ways to spend Easter Saturday though.
That's good.
I'm also selling the NBA.
Okay.
So playoffs are approaching, and Mike, I gotta be honest, I couldn't care less. I just and it's not just because the Suns aren't great. I haven't watched the Suns game since like January. Like I just I'll check the standings once in a while. I don't know. I don't feel like the NBA has been as enjoyable as it has been in the past. At the end of the day, like there's 16 teams in the playoffs, but like what, 3 have a legit chance to win it all? I don't know if you have any thoughts, but like the discourse around the NBA is just like awful nowadays. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't I don't love it like I used to.
I mean, if it's on, it's on. I'll watch it, but I'm not really rooting for a team in particular. I feel like been seeing a lot of like follow this person. I think it's called Alan Simulations, and like he basically simulates with NBA 2K24 to like simulate scenarios. Like, what if LeBron had his career backwards? Like, what if he started in LA and then, but like started at the time of which he was drafted, which I think was like 2003. So like he played with like Kobe and Shaq, and then like kind of working his way back to like 2024, he's with the Cavs now. So like seeing simulations like that, but back in the day, you always had these like really competitive teams, really powerhouse teams. People are saying that, you know, our generation of superstars are leaving, they're retiring. So maybe that's what's causing such a disinterest within it. But I'm always a fan of basketball. I mean, we were watching March Madness, so we were watching the whole, you know, the games this past weekend whenever they were on. If it's on, it's on, but I'm not like sitting there being like, oh, go Lakers or oh, go Nuggets. Like,
I watched so much basketball this weekend.
I can tell you haven't taken off your Duke shirt since last weekend.
I did just put this on today. Yeah, a lot of basketball. I love college basketball. I actually had this thought. I think college basketball is my favorite sport now.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it. Which I will get into it in a second. I think you've been a good point that like the stars are retiring. A lot of the NBA is like eras.
Yep.
Like there was Wilt, and then there was Magic First Bird, and then the Bad Boy Pistons and Jordan, and then the Spurs, and then Kobe, and then LeBron for a long period of time. LeBron versus the Celtics, LeBron versus Dirk, and then LeBron kind of went to the Lakers, and there's really been no like dynasty kind of kicking up. It's been like the Nuggets here, the Raptors won. They had the Warriors, I should say, Cavs versus Warriors. But that was before. Once LeBron went to the Lakers, it's been like they're kind of like missing that identity kind of thing.
Right.
It's an interesting thought. And then finally, I am selling Bill Self. Mike, I don't know if you know who Bill Self is. He is the head coach, longtime head coach of the Kansas basketball team, the men's basketball team. They lost in the second round this past weekend to Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Yeah. Also, I'm on the hot seat. I had Gonzaga on my team that I like. Oh yes, shout out. Yes, good job, Mike. You could be correct. I had Gonzaga on my teams that I loved on my March Madness minute, and then I picked them to lose first round like an absolute idiot. And it came back to a lot of my stuff. I just didn't list myself. Anyway, Bill Self, when you're head coach of Kansas, one of the most historic programs in college basketball. They were preseason number 1, and they were a 4 seed in the tournament. Like they had a decent chance to go far. Mike, he lost to Gonzaga. The team lost, and his post-game press conference, he had an interesting quote. He said, "Quote: For the past month, I've been thinking about next year."
Lovely.
Yeah. So let's go back a month from now. They were still in conference tournament play and like a top 10 team in the country, and you just gave up. That's a tough look. Like, how do you sell that to like a recruit?
I've been thinking about next year already, so like you're on my mind until like March comes around. Then I'm thinking about next season.
Yeah. Or like how do you tell that to like the seniors on the team that are trying to like go one last like March Madness run?
Yeah. Be miserable.
It's tough. But that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. You can follow all of our social media at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. There you'll find some goodies such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, our merchandise, all that good. Mr. Matthew.
Ish.
What is your advice for the coworkers or the people of the funny business world?
Well, if you get candy this weekend from the Easter Bunny, don't eat it all at once. Space it out, don't get those cavities.
Once a day.
Or, if you get whatever you get from the Easter Bunny. Because he is real and he is better than Punxsutawney Phil. Whatever that might be, don't indulge all at once. Let's space it out, and yeah, that's really about it. What do you think? If you, go ahead.
No, I was like, first candy you'll bite into if you have the opportunity to.
Reese's.
The eggs.
Yeah, definitely the eggs. Yeah, you have to have the eggs at Easter time. Steel cage match between Punxsutawney Phil and the Easter Bunny. Who comes out on top?
Oh my God. Easter Bunny.
Yeah, hands down.
I think Phil's a little lazy in my opinion.
Yeah, he's fat, lazy. He's just, I see my shadow. I can't do this. He'll crawl back in his hole.
Seems like the Easter Bunny has some of the similar powers of Santa. So we can't avoid marching up with that.
Yeah, he's basically like a wizard.
The Easter wizard.
Yeah, it's actually he's Harry Potter's pet. So what? No, never mind. We don't have to get.
We'll save it for next week. How about that?
Yeah. Well, no, it's Easter related, but we don't have to get into it.
All right. All good. Well, that concludes another episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone. I was gonna say, like, you think kids still believe that like a bunny comes in and like gives candy, like Santa?
I thought you were gonna say, do you believe in Jesus?